It's something I haven't really shared openly with really anybody, with the exception of my girlfriend, but and it kind of leads into how I came to find HENCH and be a member of HENCH over the last number of years. But throughout kind of the transition from university and into working life, and kind of off the back of a number of pretty serious knee injuries, I found myself just not being in a great place mentally, suffering from really poor self-confidence, and most like a lot of young guys really struggling with their mental health. I kind of relied heavily on the excesses of student life, such as fast food and alcohol, and kind of using those as an escape of addressing those issues. So I think kind of taking the steps to confide in someone, like my girlfriend, that I wasn't okay, and that I was kind of struggling with kind of who I was in my own skin, and not necessarily being happy and confident in myself. That's been a real big challenge. It's something that's kind of a bit more accepted now, that the guys of a younger age can talk openly about it, and there isn't such a stigma attached to it. But I found that I really struggled with that. At the time I was a vice president of Queen's Students' Union, and we were running campaigns to make people aware of their own mental health, and I kind of struggled with that, and I was sitting on the issue and not really coming forward with my own issues, and talking to someone about how I can address those and try and manage those a bit more responsibly, I guess. So that was kind of the hardest thing that I've ever really dealt with in my adult life. Just accepting that it's okay not to be okay. That kind of confiding in my girlfriend, and through her support, to say, look, this is fine, this is something that everyone goes through, although they might not openly declare it or talk about it. It's about making sure you talk to the right people, and that you take the adequate steps and try and look after yourself, rather than developing these pretty toxic habits of relying on alcohol or junk food, or aligning yourself in pretty toxic company. So that's probably one of the most difficult things, is actually taking ownership of my own well-being, and addressing that it was an issue that I needed to kind of take ownership of, and make a change, really. It kind of, in a kind of 6 degrees of separation, it did lead me to HENCH, in that the day I actually went to speak to someone professionally about how I was feeling, my mood, and my well-being, my self-confidence, that it was the day that I'd actually arranged to come and see Rory. For me, training was always associated with men's health, and the magazines with all the guys and their 12-pack abs, and how you can get that in the next 3 weeks, which isn't what HENCH is about. There are no real set in stone goals in terms of I just want to get stronger, I want to get fitter, leaner, healthier. In terms of objective levels of that, I would like to box off double bodyweight squats for 3 reps, which I'm near on there. More so just enjoying being active, being healthy. The impact that training in HENCH has had for my own life is probably something I've alluded to earlier, was the impact on my mental health. Having that fixed part in your day that you come in and you train, you talk to like-minded people who are there's no egos, there's no sense of one-upmanship. Yes, there's competitiveness, but people are there to encourage you to be the best person you can be. So be that that you're just showing up, you're turning up, or doing the program, or you're chalking up PRs on a consistent basis. That gives you a real sense of camaraderie, and for me that's probably the biggest takeaway. It's made me more cognizant of other parts of my well-being, in terms of what food I eat, what sort of food makes me feel good, doesn't make me feel so good, how I manage other aspects of my kind of time and stress. So through being in HENCH, I've kind of learned about meditation, and just kind of being more mindful of certain things. For me, training's helped me realise that a bit more, and not try and focus on the negatives just so much, and take positives, however small they may be, in any given day, and kind of be better every day as well.